I have her charging for what you're looking for.
The devices. Scott and Robot stayed up late last night, edited some footage, got a video posted. It's awesome. Saturday morning? Is it Saturday? Yeah. Saturday morning we're packing up in Mulahay. You can see this awesome courtyard. It's a cool spot we wound up staying at. Don Julio is getting down there. Not bad for 2 nights. We've been behaving pretty good. Dutra's bee sting is doing fine. We gotta load up and return these bottles. That's one thing I do really appreciate down here. Is the fact that they charge a deposit for the big beers and you get that when you come back. To me, that's the epitome of that's better than recycling. I love that they do that. The goal for today is to get as far as La Paz, which I think is another 320 mile day or thereabouts. I think we should be good. Talked to Jaime last night. They're going to be riding northbound on the one and they'll meet up with us somewhere. So that'll be kind of cool when we, wherever we unite with them. He said they were going to leave their house from La Paz around 10. Right now it's like 8:20. We should be on the road in another 10-15 minutes. So who knows where we'll meet them, but it'll be pretty cool to see other Vespas go in the opposite direction and they'll make a U-turn and we'll hitch up and ride together. Another blessed day, right, Dutra?
Another day you wake up, bikes are running good. We're all here, we're all intact. You gotta keep the show going on. We're gonna make some good mileage here today. So we'll see you here soon.
Our achy behinds are rolling out of Las Casitas in beautiful Mulahay. We've got a good 325, 340 miles ahead of us before we get to La Paz. This is exiting the Central Park and getting back onto the Trans-Peninsular Highway. So exiting the archway that welcomes you to Mulahay. There's a nice little water inlet. You can see some of the palm mangroves. Look at the mural on this truck, real quick on the left. I don't know if you can get it. Freeze right now.
The Jesus Christ and a cow skull.
This is getting gas about 10 kilometers outside of Mulahay. And it doesn't take long for the ride to just turn spectacular. There's a good stretch here. This is the first sight of it, but there it is, the world's biggest bathtub. Christina gave a little fist bump. I want to say you've got about 60 kilometers as you wind around the Bahia de Concepcion, the Bay of Conception. Just absolutely fantastic. Water that is as still as glass. Beautiful blues and greens, all sorts of cool beach accesses. There's the first one down there off to the left. That is just one of many, many, many. The road, the coastline, just absolutely sensational. Pretty much first thing in the morning, it's about 9:15, I would say. The sun is coming up over the Sea of Cortez. The sun is actually coming up from the east, off to the left, but just the way the mountains and hills kind of litter this bay, and this road just kind of hugs it and curves it every inch of the way. Nice little shot from the front fender on Christina's Sprint 150. Thank you, Sony Action Cam. The cameras are absolutely fantastic. Maybe not quite as nice with you. Look at that sun just coming out. It's starting to get warm, feeling good. This is undeniably one of the most beautiful stretches in all of the ride. The Baja. Roadkill on the left. Quick. There it is.
Vultures circling.
Anytime you see vultures circling in Baja, you know there's some roadkill nearby. The road cuts inland here momentarily. We took the opportunity to switch cameras. This is Robot filming. Everybody passing him a little bit. There's Jesus. Cachas from Tijuana, Karen on the bronze GTS 300, and there is Eric Dutra with the faux wood helmet, the green jacket he's had since high school. Making a left turn off of the main drag, we've gotten to Loreto, which is another popular expat establishment. We stayed there when we did the Cabo thing. We actually stayed in that yellow building on the left. There's a nice hotel right in the city center. And here's their old traditional church. I believe this is also a mission. It was built in the mid-1800s. Well, we took pictures in front of this when we did the Cabo run. Had to make a little pit stop.
Loreto is such a beautiful town. Nice plants. The trees are perfectly trimmed like no other city. The roads have like kind of a vintage cobblestone. Gives the city a nice little charm. I definitely want to go back to Loreto.
And it is right on the bay of the Sea of Cortez as well.
What's up? Here we are. We're on a street corner. We stopped at this taqueria because we noticed it was heavily patronized by people that seem to be locals. So we're having some tacos, hanging out, and this gentleman rolls in, no pun intended, but he says, hey, he's got a good sense of humor, obviously. Says he has a hotel down the street. He mentions having Vespas, being from Tijuana, had a Rally 200, a 58 Lambretta. He remembers Fabio, big Fabio from the Vespa shop back in the days. But what's your name?
Gerardo Rodas, El Pato Rodas from Tijuana.
¿Y cuánto tiempo tienes aquí en Loreto?
10 años.
10 años. ¿Y qué haces aquí?
Hotelero.
Nice. So he's got a hotel. He says it's he told us earlier off camera what was
Hay restaurant.
Nice. He relaxes. But su hotel está muy viejo, ¿verdad?
Sí, 1930. Era casa de un general del ejército mexicano.
Nice. So it's a house built in 1930.
¿Cómo se llama el hotel para que sepan?
La Damiana Inn.
¿Otra vez?
La Damiana Inn.
¿Y cuántas habitaciones tienes?
7. Y
7.
una casita.
Muy bien. ¿Y cuando regresamos?
Ahí estamos. Tenemos parking privado. Con llave muy seguro.
No, pues donde haya fiestas es suficiente.
Ahí está.
Aunque haya fiestas, con eso.
Okay.
Entonces, ten buen día.
Es un placer,
Gracias.
mucho gusto, buen viaje.
Gracias. Nos vemos.
Necesitamos,
Nos vemos
muy bien.
cuando regresamos.
Haremos.
Y búscanos en el YouTube, nuestra página, Vespa Motorsport.
Vespa Motorsport.
Tenemos videos de todo el viaje.
Post breakfast tacos and shortly out of Loreto, southbound, we're back to hugging the coast on the Bahia de Concepcion. Absolutely fantastic. Up here on the left is the largest single mirador in all of Baja Sur. And there's a famous spot we've been before, Cocos Locos. Look at this full-size truck as we're pulling into the parking lot here. Hood up. This thing's out here from sunup till sundown all the time. We frequented him when we did the Cabo run. What a spot. Nothing more refreshing on a hot day than fresh coconut. Right, Scott?
That's right.
Especially crazy coconuts.
Igualmente. All right, so that was pretty cool. We stopped for the Cocos. Local people campaigning for the municipality of Laredo. Took some pictures with them. They bought our Cocos. They're doing their thing. But yeah, we just took some pictures with them, staged the 3 custom bikes. And that's a lovely lady that's running for office. And we're gonna go visit, he's got a pig farm. We're gonna go visit that too, maybe. Maybe, probably not. Look at this view, amazing. Amazing. We're now officially pretty behind schedule. Officially. Here we are pulling into the Pemex and Ciudad Constitution, I believe it's called. We've just finished a long stretch of straight and not a whole lot. And there's another long stretch of straight before we get to La Paz. Definitely due for some high quality Pemex Rojo. And who do we have here? First Vespa we've seen in Baja. Alright, we're rolling. Here we are. Where are we?
See, that's something.
See that? Something. I like that. The city of something. Karen got a couple bee stings on her arm. So we kind of hold that in.
Close up on there. Ow,
So
ow,
kind of
ow,
tap
ow.
back into the first aid kit. Get in and out of this thing in about a minute now. But this is our reunion point. We're hooked up with Jaime. We were talking about him earlier. He's relocated with the family to La Paz. You know what it was? Thank you for having us. You know what it was? You came to the question and answer seminar after our Cabo trip. Remember you bought Caleb and Joseph, right?
And Jonah.
Jonah, sorry. But anyhow, and then next thing you know, 6 months later, they're like, we're done with San Diego, we're moving to La Paz.
Yeah.
But the good thing is, they took the scooters with them.
Oh, yeah.
So he wrote, how long was the ride up?
Right now, for
Yeah.
this part, this was like about 2.5 hours, 3.
And what can we expect as far as terrain?
It's going to be a lot of straight until you get to La Paz, then you finally get a little bit twisty, and then it's a little construction.
Yeah. All right, we got something to look forward to.
Yeah,
I remember we've been on a straight stretch here for the last 40 miles or something like that. But at least it's not as hot as it could be. I don't know what it's about 90 degrees Fahrenheit or something like that, high 80s. actually feels pretty good.
And you can wear this without sweating.
Exactly. All right, well, we'll check back in when we get closer to La Paz. Sounds good. You gotta sign the waiver with legal now.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, you want to see my...
That was done at the shop years ago.
Look at that beautiful Piaggio Pacifico logo on Scott's bike. Pulling out of the gas station, headed via what is seemingly a perfectly straight line into La Paz. Interestingly enough, this is the one stretch of the entire ride where I fell a little bit behind. And wouldn't you know it, I was the last bike of 8 at this point since we had Jaime in tow. And the first mechanical blip at all, the spark plug cap actually popped off of my bike.
All right, this is typical Mexican fashion of doing a road reconstruction. Just tear out the road and, I don't know, 5-10 miles of dirt. It's all good.
This is pretty hard packed. All the trucks, all traffic is diverted onto these temporary, like, shoulder style of highways. There's a zipping past a bus. Look at this drop off on the right. That's pretty nuts. Scott kind of mentioned too, it looks like the edge of that is just ready to crumble at any given second. No problems. TIN. This is Mexico.
Nice thing, after the dirt road, we're greeted to a beautiful brand new asphalt highway. Probably the nicest section of highway in all Baja. It's like, I don't know, maybe 20 miles into La Paz.
There it is. Speaking of Bienvenido a La Paz, there's the whale tail and archway that greet you as you pull into La Paz. La Paz really is a beautiful, beautiful establishment city. It is the capital of Baja Sur. They say the population is some 250,000. Major airport, easily accessible. I want to say it's an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay, so after 3 days, you're just out of your mind, you're not feeling good, and then you get 1,000 miles south. So here you go, you're in La Paz. Now you're starting to live the Mexican dream. You're living the two-wheel life. This is where you want to be. Oh wow, let's go to the playa. You can't top that shit, dude.
We've been in La Paz for a total of about an hour. We made it down to the boardwalk in the beach, thanks to our friend Caleb here. We're out on stand-up paddleboard. I've never tried this before, but there is no better spot to learn how to do this than in the world's biggest bathtub, the Sea of Cortez. In La Paz, scooters are parked up on the sidewalk just off the boardwalk, just having a good old time. 24 hours from now, we'll be getting on a ferry. We're heading out. Yeah! Alright, I gotta get in the water.